Hello you fantastic people, and welcome back to Borderlands 3. Hope you guys are all doing well. In this video, we're going to go over our level 65 Mayhem 10 HELLWALKER flag build, or our Doom shotgun flag build. This thing is amazing. I want to get this one to you guys as quickly as possible because it did get buffed last week, and I made a quick video on it last week when it did get buffed, and you guys seem to love it. I absolutely love using this shotgun, and it's my new favorite shotgun in the game by far. It's ridiculous. It's definitely the hardest hitting Jacob shotgun now, like just stats wise. It's purely factually the biggest, strongest damage thing you can get in this game on a shotgun. But I'm just going to start showing clips on screen so you guys can see it for yourselves against bosses, against mobs, against Wotan. Yes, a corrosive / armored enemy against a fire shotgun gets melted by this thing. It is absolutely amazing. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys where to get it from, what anointments you guys want to look for. There is only one stats variant, which is amazing because it makes it so much easier to farm. It only comes in fire. The stats are locked, damage, accuracy, handling, reload time, mag size. I'm missing something, but they're all exactly the same every single time. So you only have to farm anointments, which makes it so much easier to get. And it's also in the world drop system, so you can literally get it from any lootable source in the game, which just makes it awesome because you no longer have to wait for the absolute pure luck of getting a ×25 stagecoach now, because this is just better than it, so you may as well just farm for Hellwalkers. And of course, I'm going to show you guys the gear you guys want to get for this build, as well as the new level 65 skill tree, which I'm so happy about. The new level cap means so much more build potential with Flak. There is so many more builds coming on the channel. Of course, big builds with huge varieties of weapons are coming. It's been like 2 days, so I haven't got all the loot yet, but those are coming ASAP as soon as I can get them. Now, hopefully those clips did it justice. This shotgun does not care if you are shielded, armored, just a flesh enemy, or resist fire. It doesn't care at all. It just destroys everything, which was why I wanted to make this the first build I put out for level 65, because I just think it's sick. So starting off with the anointments you guys want to go after. The one I am rocking is actually a URAD anoint. Under 50% health, deal 150% bonus radiation damage. So essentially all you have to do is chuck on a front loader shield or a deathless artifact, and you do 150% extra radiation damage all the time, which is so damn strong. It's one of the best anointments in the game, and the best part about it, you can use it on any character as long as you're using a front loader or a deathless artifact. You're set, and you do a ton of damage all the time. It's not reliant on your action skill, whether or not you're proccing it, in it, doing it on a loop, it doesn't matter. That's just the best part about it. Now, if you guys don't like URAD anoints, if you don't like using a front loader, if you don't like using deathless artifacts, because of course Flak is already a squishy boy, I don't blame you whatsoever. Don't stress, the build is not focused around that whatsoever. We have different options, of course. As for other anointments, next to max is a really good one. Any elemental type you want, particularly if you are focusing on some kind of enemy. For example, Wotan would benefit from a next to max corrosive one. That would really help. Another option is 200% ASA if you guys want to do Gorillas in the Mist fadeaway, because I know there's a bunch of people that love doing that one in particular. Consecutive hits is a really good anointment for all-round characters. Again, just kind of like URAD, except you don't even need anything to actually like set that one up. You don't need a shield in particular. You don't need a particular artifact. You can just rock consecutive hits on any character, any situation. But you do have to stack that one up with multi-pellet weapons. It does stack pretty quick, so that's why a Hellwalker does benefit from it. But other options are a little better. For example, 100% extra weapon damage after action skill end will be even stronger because you're going to be looping that all the time, and it lasts longer than next to mags, particularly when you're using a Hellwalker, because there's literally only one shot in a Hellwalker unless you have extra mag size bonus. So looping that on repeat, you'll just have that bonus up all the time. It's actually the only one that I don't have, which I just realized, unfortunately. Now, of course, I'm not going to use those last three with this build because this is a fadeaway build, and that's a Mo's anoint. It's just in the backpack just for the PC save file, which is in the description if you guys want to check it out. I thought I'd leave it in there. I farmed these a whole ton, so I figured I may as well just chuck them on the save file for you guys. But if you guys want to farm for this one yourself, first go to Pandora, then down to the Splinterlands. You guys are going to be farming the originally a rare spawn called Road Dog, who's actually now a constant spawn, which is amazing. It actually doesn't really matter which fast travel you go to. It actually doesn't really affect it because they're pretty much the same distance to it either way. You want to end up in the middle section just here. There is a news station just here. Grab some ammo on the way in if you'd like, and just make your way to the back of this bandit or COV area. Right here, there's a door for Road Dog. He'll come out. He has 3 dedicated drops. It is the red line, the Hellwalker shotgun, of course, as well as the sputter gun artifact. It does take a little while to get them, unfortunately. I would actually recommend, if you cannot get one from there without too much trouble, I'd recommend actually going for Gun, the Iridium Fabricator. That dropped me a ton today with actually not too much Iridium spent. Or just go for a world drop situation like Rave Ward, Agonizer, or Tyrene. They all drop a ton of world drops, and the Hellwalker seems to be dropping fairly regularly in the world drop system. But yeah, let's get into the gear for this build. Of course, like I said, I'm using a front loader shield because I am rocking a URAT Anoint. This one I managed to get out of a vending machine. It's super lucky for this one because it's got an extra 40% capacity, so it is huge at 50k. Would recommend going for that one if you guys can get it. Bonus fire damage ASC is really helpful, especially for the Hellwalker. But if you guys don't want to rock the URAD, or if you want a different shield option, I would recommend stock gaps. They're really good, particularly with that immunity phase for flak. If you can get bullet absorb on it, it's really helpful. And then again, the elemental ASC you want to rock again. I've always recommended Transformers, particularly if you guys are doing the melee 1 takedown. That bullet absorb chance, 40% is really helpful for the melee 1 takedown. Plus, if you guys want to put on Pool Party, it's an easy, huge survivability bonus. You essentially just take out anybody with a shield, run over the electric puddles on the ground with the transformer, and you just charge your shield on repeat, which is fantastic. I still have my level 60 Old God. If you can get a level 65 one, then sweet. I honestly only use this one for boss fights, the extra fire damage, so the capacity actually won't bother me whatsoever. But take this one into Grave Ward, Tyrene, anything like that, and you're going to do a ton of damage. Moving on to grenades, so the Cloning or the Mitosis Hunter Seeker is a really good option. I got a ton of these today from the vending machines, which was super lucky. If you guys can get on Grenade Thrown or Action Skill and Elemental Damage, those are the really good ones to go for. These things also stack the Pearl, which makes it really easy for boss farms. You just absolutely destroy them. Or an Its Piss Grenade is likewise really good for bosses. Whenever you hit an enemy with them, you do an increase of 20% damage for 6 seconds against that enemy in particular, which is really good. As for class mod, I'm still rocking a Bounty Hunter. There was a ton of fixes to the Stackbot class mod, which I would recommend also. I think the Bounty Hunter is definitely still stronger, but the Stackbot is a good second choice either way, particularly for multi-pellet weapons like the Hellwalker. But the Bounty Hunter, I think, just outclasses it, honestly, particularly when you have a sick roll like this. Try and get as many points as you can into most dangerous game. And of course, weapon crit, weapon damage, the manufacturer being Jacobs, weapon crit, weapon damage, or shotgun damage, all going to really help you out there. Particularly with the 3% chance to activate any purchase hunt skill when dealing gun damage, means you proc kill skills when you're versing bosses, and it works out to be huge amounts of damage, which is really good. Of course, for the artifact, the Pearl is definitely still the best choice. If you do not have DLC though, don't stress. You can use a Snowdrift Auto Idle, a Snowdrift Victory Rush I would recommend for mobbing situations. Or if you guys want to do bossing, I would recommend a Elemental Projector. If you want to proc yourself with fire, you do a ton of damage. Try and get some passives on there. For example, I've kept this level 53 one for ages. Shotgun, mag size, action skill, cooldown rate pretty much keeps up with what I have on my level 60 Pearl. Now moving on to the skill tree for you guys, all 65 levels of points. I'm super keen for this build. The red tree starting it off with 3 points in the Leave No Trace. Of course, you want to get bullets back into the mag as quickly as possible. You want to try and shoot, particularly against bosses, the Hellwalker, a little bit slower. Give it time to actually send bullets back into the mag and then shoot again. It'll save you reloading a ton. 5 points in Planetary Stalker, one of Flak's best kill skills there. The Hunter's Eye, particularly amazing when using the Bounty Hunter class mod because you're getting all of those bonuses against bosses, which is really good. Head count, again, amazing for resetting your action skill. You want to be getting Fade Away on a loop as quickly as possible with this build, and head count will get that one done for you. Moving down, 3 points into a big game and 3 points into most dangerous game. I actually have 6, which makes it over the top amazingly strong with my class mod, hence why you want to try and get as many points into it as possible, because you get gun damage, crit damage, handling, pet damage for 120 seconds every time you kill a badass or boss enemy. Then down to Galactic Shadow, a very cheap 15% increased crit hit damage for 1 point there. Then to get down to Megavore, you want to put 2 points into Second Intention, or if you want, you can put it into Grim Harvest. I prefer reload speed because you're reloading the Hellwalker a lot, and I don't want to be standing there reloading. So I put a couple points in just to increase it a little bit, or you can put it into Grim Harvest for an extra 6% gun damage if you want. That'll get you down to Megavore, 20% chance to hit a critical hit anywhere on the body. Each individual pellet counts as a hit. So with 10 pellet shotgun, you do the math, you're going to be hitting a crit at least every single time. Over to the green tree for Fade Away, of course. We're going Fade Away We're going Not My Circus. Whenever Flak fadeaway ends, Flak's pet will taunt, drawing the attention of enemies in a huge radius. Is really good for survivability, and of course the pet also gets a huge damage reduction, so he will not go down, which is really good. I don't ever see my pet go down in these builds anymore, which is really, really good for survivability of you. And if you go down, the pet will definitely be able to pick you up as well. The Unblinking Eye is pretty much a staple for any fadeaway build. Consecutive hits up to 3 increase critical hit damage, and it does tons of damage. As for points, 5 points into Furious Attack, increased gun damage just for shooting things. It's just the easiest one to choose. For the next one, I go 5 points in Eager to Impress for the Hellshock build solely because I don't think you need increased fire rate for it because it's so quick already. You actually kind of want to slow down the shots just so you're not reloading all the time. So I don't put any points into Overclock. All points into Eager to Impress to get fade away on a loop as quickly as possible. Moving down, 3 points into Turntail and Run, increase health regen, damage reduction, gun damage, and fire rate just for standing still or moving. I always put a point in Lick the Wounds, up to you guys if you don't want to, but Flak goes down from so many stupid things like barrels, random Mayhem 10 scaled rocket launches from COV enemies, and just random elemental dots. So I get Pet to pick me up whenever that happens. And then to get down, I put 1 point originally, but eventually we put 3 points total into Self-Repairing System, just for a little bit of extra health. Even if I'm using a front loader, I know it's not that useful anymore, but it does help a little bit. I never use that one. And then, like I said, fire rate increase actually doesn't help the Hellwalker. If anything, it hurts it. So I just put it into Self-Repairing System. That gets us down to Hidden Machine, 5 points in there, 30% extra damage for that one whenever Flak is not being targeted or the enemies are targeting somebody else. And that is all the time whenever you're in fadeaway, because we're constantly getting Pet to taunt everyone, which is really, really helpful for that damage. Then the Fast and the Furious, 3 points in there, gun damage, pet damage, and movement speed, all very helpful things. Then moving down to the power inside the Green Tree Capstone is really, really good, particularly for this build. Flak and Flak's pet can increase 25% damage for 15 seconds whenever you activate your action skill. Like I said, we're going to be looping fadeaway as quickly as possible and often as possible for this build. And if you're at full health when you do activate it, it's actually 50%, which is kind of ridiculous. Hopefully the clips showed it at the start, but this thing lasts 15 seconds and your action skills come back very much more often and then 15 seconds. So you're going to be having that pretty much all the damn time, which is really good. Then over to Blue Tree, which I'm super happy to show you guys because these level 65 extra skill points gets us down much further into Blue Tree, which I'm super happy about. Put 3 points into Persistent Hunter for increased gun damage and action skill duration, which is super helpful for pretty much any fadeaway build. 2 points into Ferocity, essentially just an extra 20% pet damage, and then gets you down to Frenzy, which I'm so keen about. So keen that we get 2 capstones and Frenzy for Flak builds. It does a ton of damage. 5 points gets you 4% increased damage per stack. Whenever pet does damage, it stacks Frenzy. At max stacks, that is 40% increased damage. That is better than the Green Tree Capstone if you're not at full health when you activate your action skill. And that is up pretty much all the damn time, particularly with any pet. If you put 1 point into He Bites, essentially whenever the pet is damaged, it reflects damage back at the enemies, essentially meaning you can use the Spider Ramp. He'll take a whole bunch of bullets in the melee 1 takedown and stack Frenzy instantly and keep Frenzy up the entire damn time. So you're going to have 40% extra damage the whole time, which is amazing. As you guys can probably already tell, I'm using the Spider Ramp for this build for mobbing situations, mostly because the increased elemental damage and the health regen is super helpful. And like I said, He Bites helps stack Frenzy. But if you guys are in bossing situations, for example, Tyrene, Gravy, Troy, don't really stack or attack the pet quick enough or often enough to stack Frenzy. So I would switch to the Gunslinger Jabber. His weapon will actually be able to shoot them and stack it up super, super quick. Plus, you get increased 5% critical hit damage for that, which is really helpful against bosses as well. But yeah, that is everything I have for the level 65 Mayhem 10 Hellwalker Flak build. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, feel free to smash subscribe down below. Hit that bell. YouTube will notify you for whenever I post a video. A ton of builds are coming out for just all-round builds, all different weapons, huge varieties, different kinds of builds, particularly with that new class mod which just came out. Gamma Burst, Fadeaway, Rack Attack, all that good stuff, which I'm super keen to show you guys, but I need some more loot before that happens. If you guys want to check out the PC game save, it is down in the description. If you guys want to help me out even more, you can smash like and share the video with your friends. If you want to leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions on new weapons, builds, etc. with the new update, feel free to let me know down below. I'd love to hear it. And if you guys want to check us out over on Twitch, I live stream pretty much every single day just after I post my YouTube videos. That is linked down below, or just search CodyMQ on Twitch. We hang out, make a ton of cool new builds, farm meta weapons with the new DLC, which I'm super keen about, and just generally hang out and have a good time. On that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I shall see you guys in the next video and a live stream. Till then, adios.